This NFL Super Wild Card Weekend Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
It's still super to me, Sean.
Yeah. Shout out to the NFL who's trying to get us to forget that they called it Super Wild Card Weekend. You can't call something super and then not call it super anymore. I mean, what are you going to call it the bowl? Is that what it's going to be? Is that what they're playing to win? Oh, hey, well, you guys got really excited. We called it the Super Bowl. Oh, we'll just call it the bowl now. They called it the Super Bowl because the commissioner at the time saw his kids playing with the Super Bowl, and he goes, "Oh, that would be why not the Super Bowl? Hey, college has all these pointless bowl games. What if there was one that was super that mattered because it's professional football? We'll call it the Super Bowl. Greatest idea ever. And why not Super Wild Card Weekend? It's super."
And the bowls were big time back then, so this was like a true attempt to, like super new China buffet style marketing. I'll take the other side. What if they're just brushing it off to the side so they can reveal the same trick in a couple of years when we've expanded the playoffs another team?
Oh, so it's going to be like super intro weekend of playoffs or something?
No, it's just going
to. When they get to 8.
All right, so we called it Super Wild Card Weekend because we added the extra game, right? We have actually more games to watch. Great. Super. That's why it's super wild. So then over a couple years, it becomes normal, right? It's no longer super. It's not no longer this big change. And so they don't have to use any additional creative. They already have it all made. Boom. You go to the 8th playoff team in each conference. You go back to 2 buys for the top 2 seeds. You call it Super Wild Card Weekend again.
The NFL does like to play.
They're very basic when it comes to some of that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to the chat checking in.
What the fuck happened here?
Yeah. Something happened to the chats.
Oh no.
The design.
Someone clicking around.
Certainly not me. I don't know how to click on anything.
That sounds like this has happened before, and we've discovered it was you.
No, 100% not me.
Solve the problem.
Okay,
it wasn't me. 100%.
The guy who knows how to solve the problem, versus the guy who doesn't know how to create the problem.
In fairness, I generally know how to solve a problem, and so that doesn't indicate that I caused the problem.
Well, you know where to define the setting for the chat on the YouTube.
Yeah,
of course,
you
YouTube.
take your car to the mechanic. He's going to know where in the engine there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking mechanic, not because he caused the problem with your engine.
I don't know if it's the exact same.
It is the exact
analogy.
Same thing. I'm familiar with the technology.
Kramer, I'm jacked up. I think there's just looking at this slate of games, bunch of great games, bunch of interesting spreads, interesting scenarios, trends going head to head.
What? I was a little disgusted with myself.
That is a disgusting.
Now, why were you disgusted?
Oh, just there's so many. I'm going against some principles.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, obviously.
How so?
Has Liam Cohen been in the playoffs before?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you're an automatic new head coach?
No. But we had a calendar alert go off not a mere like 7 days ago that said fade inexperience in the postseason.
Yeah.
And so I have to reconcile with a couple of areas where I'll be sinning.
Well, and I was looking back at Super Wild Card Weekend, and some of those came through, some of those don't, and then you get caught up in like the public money. Oh, the public's all over this, which I think when there's a bigger sample size and the public finds itself onto one angle, I think that benefits it more Certainly in the Super Bowl where it's like, oh, this is the public or the square side.
No
it's like
shit,
there's
the public's
two
on both sides.
Yeah. Well, also there's like two sides. Everyone's betting the Super Bowl. Yeah. You could, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it makes more sense, or it's a more valuable tool to me when there's a big slate of games and the public's like all over one team in particular. Yeah. That to me is a little bit of a red flag, and maybe there's a little bit going on, but
also just the general. I mean, and again, we've pulled back the curtain a couple times on the show this in the past couple of months, but the satire around talking about betting splits and public sides is also amusing. And a good tool when it's helpful for your argument.
Yeah, if it helps your case, you're on the public side. Oh, and then Kramer's.
It's like when you don't love something, you say you like it in a teaser.
Yeah, Kramer is very guilty of that. You'll hear a lot of betting splits when it helps his Kramer.
It's a great sound.
What about the Jag? What about everyone loaded up on the Jags? Will not be heard on this podcast.
Play the gong.
Okay.
Some things sound great, and when you tag a great handicap with an accompaniment, like accompanying data.
Oh yeah.
Like right there at the end that everyone can relate to. Bam, you've done it. And you're pissing people off at the same time who feel that only idiots use bet splits. Yeah.
Kramer, just
I'm in for that.
Looking back on Super Wild Card Weekend last year.
Let's do that.
Some interesting spots. Of course, my hero, Bo Nix at the time.
Yeah.
No playoff experience, went into Buffalo, got murdered as a 8.5 point dog. They lost outright 31-7. Did get off to a 7-0 start. But
I strangely have a lot of visual memories of these playoff games because it was during the fires last year.
Yeah, we had rented a house.
We were watching these games out in Vegas
in this random Airbnb house.
Yeah.
Eagles were a 4.5 point favorite at home. Now they're a 4.5 point favorite at home. Just kind of an interesting coincidence. Jaden Daniels was making his playoff debut on the road. First time quarterback on the road.
How
as a good defense against at the time, a good defense of the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks ended up shitting the bed. Washington gets the win and the cover there. And then Sam Darnold made his playoff debut, baptism by fire, going against the Rams, where the Vikings were 1.5 point road favorites all over the Rams there. So those were kind of some of the similar spots that we were seeing, as far as we didn't have any dome team outside in cold weather, which I think is a certain strong angle. And then the other thing is just like the inexperience thing. And I do think experience matters. Head coach, quarterback, especially if both are new, I think that's something tough to overcome.
Yes. Also worth noting, I slayed last wild card weekend.
You were 4-2, but yes.
No, I mean, like everything, the locks, the dog,
2-0 on the locks,
the tease that you tried to cancel.
Yes. Just try to cancel the tease.
Murdered everything. But I agree with you there. I feel like there was a less playoff mystique last year, and I think it's only because this year we just have an incredibly flat distribution where any team can win.
So you do.
Sorry, I'm just cranking all the takes out.
The other take that I was so exhausted hearing. Is it really the playoffs? No Mahomes, no Lamar, no Joe Burrow.
This is like the college football.
I mean, the Mahomes not being in there, fine. That was weird. That was interesting.
This is like we need more blue bloods in the playoff, right?
But no Lamar and Joe Burrow. You mean the guys who have combined one conference championship? I mean, Lamar's never even gotten to the conference championship. He's opted out of playoff games.
By the way,
no, I'm not surprised. And Joe Burrow, yeah, look at Joe Burrow's record straight up after he missed that entire season, or after he got to the Super Bowl. It's not been good.
Well, yeah, two things. One, he does have tiny hands, so this could just be his career regressing and the injuries being bad luck. But we talked about this on the podcast the other day. Feels like maybe I was closer to right when it comes to the Ravens. Like it actually did come down to we're gonna choose Lamar. We're gonna give Lamar whatever he wants. And I don't know. To your point, not having Lamar, I understand that he creates exciting games. Although this year, I think, like, not throwing shade at all. Like I don't feel like he was generating wildly exciting game. He had some moments early in the season. Obviously,
I mean, I don't know, Ryan, because two of the most exciting games were the first game of the season that Sunday night, and then the last Sunday night game of the season. Those are two of like the craziest games of the year.
Sure, you're right, but also it wasn't like classic Lamar. It was like these two crazy throws. I like the first game of the year was classic Lamar.
Okay,
where like he's electrifying with his legs. He's making the defense look like children. He wasn't that at the end of the season. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and we had been discussing. It seemed like there was a clear disconnect between Harbaugh and Lamar, and clearly they chose Lamar versus Harbaugh.
But why is it that they feel like the average football fan is such a star fucker? Like, all right, more of an NBA guys, thing. You guys all like to star fuck. What? Oh, no Mahomes. That's a problem. People love that. No one wants to see fun.
I mean, everyone finds the Eagles for the most part annoying as a team, and yet in that Super Bowl, no one was excited about the Eagles winning, but no one wanted to see Mahomes win 3 in a row.
Sure, a little bit had obviously.
I felt like the average person was on the Eagles side against
100%. And now that's changed a little bit because the Eagles become the winner with the bigger target on their back, I guess. But yeah, the take that people want the quarterbacks that they hate their team losing to in the playoffs is an asinine take.
People find it. I find it funny that Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes, these guys they idolize, none of them are in the playoffs. Meanwhile, quarterbacks who are winners consistently getting in the playoffs. We see those quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Well, that's the beauty of football. But the NFL, you win your way into the postseason objectively.
Other take that I find super annoying. Oh, can you believe the Rams have to play in Carolina? Meanwhile, Detroit, more wins, better point differential. No, guys, stop bringing your college NBA bullshit into the NFL. The divisions are great. Yeah. Winning your division gets you a home playoff. It keeps these division games competitive. It's perfectly distributed. 4 teams, 4 divisions. You win your division, you get a home playoff game. You don't like it, win your division. And it creates interesting scenarios. I mean, one of the craziest playoff games of all time was the Beastquake game because you had the Seahawks at home, big dogs. Oh, won the NFC West 7-9. Oh, they're about to get destroyed. You remember where you were watching that game?
I mean, I like went deep into the 10 worst teams to make the playoffs. Which, teaser alert, the Panthers are one of them. I went into those games, and I think if what you're saying is true, it's the same as the team that doesn't belong in the first 4 in the first 4 in college basketball. It's the same thing that we've seen with the college football playoff, the team that doesn't belong. Guess what? They shock people because the difference between, them and the team they're playing isn't that far. And honestly, the idea that you have a problem with the rules because once in a while there's 2 really good teams in the same division. That's really what you're mad at. You're like,
but I think that's fun. I mean, honestly, the NFC West, when you're the way it was shaking out,
when your division, you play each other twice.
Yeah, and part of the reason that Rams Seattle game was so awesome was because whoever won that game had a leg up in the number 1 seed, and Rams, if you want the home game, beat Seattle in Seattle. And I have no problem with the format. I would not change anything. It's the NFL hasn't figured out. Don't mess with it.
I mean, it's the playoffs, and we've established that home field means less and less. Just go win the game.
But I do think it matters more in the playoffs. Like if you just look at quarterbacks, winning a road playoff game is something pretty tough to do. I still think that's true.
Sure. But win the game. I mean, go win the game. Understand what you're saying. Now you have to go win the game.
Yes.
But we also have established objectively that home field matters less because we no longer blindly lay down 3 points for
in the regular season. I certainly agree, but I think in the playoffs,
maybe it goes up. It's still not where it used to be.
I don't think it's the automatic 3. I think it's higher than the regular season though.
Yes, both things can be true.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I slayed last wild card weekend.
Congrats, Ryan, on slaying last wild card weekend.
That's important to remember. It included a Texans to win too, and I'm staring down the barrel of us getting the Steelers wrong. So hopefully, I'll learn from my mistakes.
Let's get into it, Kramer. Super wild card weekend.
Yeah, we will continue to call it Super Wild Card Weekend for the record. All right, game number 1. And so, yeah, it's a lot to explain to your loved ones, but basically starting on Thursday, you have college football semifinal 1,
yeah.
Then Friday, college football semifinal 2,
and the Beeson show,
and
have to watch both,
and craps. Hopefully we'll see how much money the circuit gives me to play with. Los Angeles Rams, and then we have NFL football on Saturday, the Rams and the Panthers. We have seen this game recently, Sean.
Yeah.
The current number 11, Rams laying a big one, -630 on the money line. The 4 seed Panthers are +475, 46.5 is the total. So it's the biggest home dog in the history of the wild card round, or I guess just
I think in the playoffs.
I didn't expand. I guess I didn't even think to expand it further out because that would be pretty crazy.
Well, they wouldn't be at. I mean,
you would have
you
a
win
crazy
that first game. You wouldn't likely be the home team.
No, the likelihood of having a home team that's a dog
after the wild
crown. Well, I mean, you could have
like a big one though. Is crazy.
Exactly. Anyway, so largest spread ever, but also unique because Carolina, they are the 10th worst team by DVOA to make the playoffs in the history of DVOA. So I think it's 1978. A lot to deal with right there. Because on one hand, I trust the data, and that tells me they're really bad and it shouldn't matter what the number is. On the other hand, I like being on the right side of history. And when you look at these 10 teams, Sean, you wouldn't believe it. Not only did a number of them, 5 of the 9, because Carolina is the 10th. Not only did they cover, they won the game outright.
Remember the Beastquake game.
And the Rams in 2004 as 4-point dogs won 27-20. The Beastquake game, as you mentioned, or the Beast Mode game, I forget which one it was.
Beastquake.
Which is the first one?
There were 2?
Yeah. Beastquake was the second one, I believe. The 2010 one where they were 10-point dogs, they won 41-36.
Yeah, that's the game I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think that's the Beast. Is that Beastquake?
Yeah, 2010.
Do they have a Beastquake 2?
Not that I'm aware of. Where they were huge underdogs?
No, but it was more about Marshawn Lynch's moment than.
Yeah.
Interesting. Then we had the Texans in 2016. They were favorites. But then the Cardinals 7-point dogs and the Broncos. We all remember the
2011 the Tebow game. Yeah,
7.5-point dogs, all winning outright. So I sat and stared at this one for a while because, and the Rams are obviously a team that could go on a run here. You could argue they have the MVP plus a pretty talented offense, maybe even the offensive player of the year. And on the other hand, it's Bryce Young, who's coming off a game where he wanted nothing to do with a critical fumble recovery. There's a lot going on here. Now, I'll be curious to hear what you have to say, but I did find myself thinking it's an impossible position, but I think we have to take the Panthers.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if I'm going to be laying 11 points on the road, and now Stafford and McVay, we're excited for the opportunity to go out there, travel to Carolina. McVay has actually been pretty good on the East Coast. You always hear the West Coast, the East Coast.
Sharp guy.
That's a little bit of a tough spot. Teams who have been 70% ATS, like the Rams, Jags, and Pats have been not great to start off in the playoffs. The idea is that maybe they're a little inflated. But yeah, I mean, for me, the only thing that scares me about taking the Panthers is maybe they are getting a little too much love from the public. But if I'm going to lay 11 points on the road with the team, I need a team that I think can get some stops, that can close that back door. And what about this Rams team defensively? Has you excited, or do you feel confident that they're going to be able to close out games? Yeah, they beat the Cardinals 37-20, but I mean, we watched that, Ryan. Like Michael Wilson had a couple big plays called back. They were carving them up left and right. Oh, let's go back to the Falcons game. That was the last time we saw the Rams on the road. Lost outright. Before that, they led up 38 to Sam Darnold. Granted, and that was another road game.
Interesting.
They let up at 34 against this Lions offense, which was by all means I thought was kind of dead. Then let's go back. Oh, they did destroy the Cardinals the first time, but then go back to the Panthers where they lost 31-28. We have seen in these last 6 games, the Rams led up 31, 17, 34, 37, 20, 27 in a loss, 20. I mean, on the road, just if we isolate the road, 27 on the road, 38 on the road. And then 34 at home to the Lions. I think there's a good chance Carolina puts up 28 points against this team. I like the Panthers team total over. I think Tet McMillan can hang against this Rams team. It's weird because the Rams have a very good defensive line, but they struggle so much on the back end. I think the Panthers are going to go max protect here. And you look at Rico Dowdle. I think he could have a big game. Certainly was motivated by some of his social media posts where he was just, basically calling out. I forget the exact. It was like a clip from The Wire or something where he's taking names. He's ready to roll.
Yeah,
and
he was.
I'm not a guy who overly draws too much into the handicapping, but we're expecting this to be a little rainy, windy game. That's going to be tough to blow out a team on the road. So I think this Panthers team, you look at the numbers, it's not great. Certainly EPA, whatever, defensive DVOA, none of it is jumping out for the Carolina Panthers, right?
You're scoffing at numbers.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's why they're getting 11 points. Last 5 road favorites in the playoffs have been 0-5 straight up and 0-5 ATS. And Stafford, people just write it off like, it looked great, minus the pick 6, minus the other interception. Okay, I think this Panthers team have shown up in one situation all season long.
As a dog.
ATS after a loss.
And as a dog.
And they were 8-0 ATS after a loss. Why would I get off that angle now? Just tell me.
Well, I guess they are getting Quentin Lake back.
Yeah,
which probably has some impact on how that maybe they're not going to be as bad as they've been during some of that stretch that you listed out where they were getting shredded on the back end. But the Panthers are very healthy. Panthers have at times been able to block a little bit for the running game, to your point, and have the play action
and extra day of rest, and they didn't have to travel. I think when you get to week 19 here in the National Football League, we're trying to get everyone out. They were out there padding their stats against the Cardinals. Meanwhile, the Panthers were hanging out at home watching themselves win the NFC South by default.
Which again, pretty hilarious. Yeah. I don't have as much faith from a handicapping perspective, but it's the historic number. It's the home dog. It's the fact, like you said, that all the numbers, all the models think the Panthers are near the bottom.
Yeah.
And so, you have to go against that.
11. And I see people in the chat. I see Cody from NASCAR Gambling Podcast, Rams by 30. Tease Slob, Cardinals fan. You guys are missing the fact they have Bryce Young. I get it. And Bryce is making his playoff debut. So we're going against that angle, but
this is where I said I'm going against some things because
QBs making their playoff debut as home dogs. They're 4-6 ATS, so it's not like some crazy overwhelming. They have no shot, and I would just look towards the stuff that points to road playoffs. And God forbid the NFL want to make this a little close, right? They don't want people tuning out. They want to make this a competitive game.
Yeah, this is again. I'm more in the close your eyes special side of this. Like this is just the gross.
The blowouts that happen in the NFL playoffs and wild card round happen when a team's at home. Can you remember a team that went on the road and blew out someone where they were a huge road favorite?
No, I'm sure it exists, but no, I cannot.
No, but again, just even look at the last 5 road favorites in the playoffs in general have not covered or won outright. I do think we're due for some of those to come back, but 11 points is a ton against the playoff team, and
it is going to be, to quote Colby, lit.
Yeah,
Cam Newton's going to be in the house. Like they're bringing out all.
They got big old Cam Newton and his wizard hat to bang a drum.
Yeah. You're gonna have him in the house.
Just imagine him swinging that big gong.
You're gonna have necklace Steve Smith in the house.
Oh man,
he's really swelling up.
For the Meow Mix boys, is Dick Puncher pointing out, give the points, and as Panthers insider Ryan O'Flanagan points out, Bryce Young did throw 3 touchdowns on him last time. So as much as we like to bust Bryce Young's chops, again, to me, all the stuff, all the angles, all the trends, the Panthers off a loss show up. There's something there. They even talk about it. It's crazy. They don't talk about the number. They just talk about how they play their best football after a loss, which is a weird thing to rally around. Give me the Carolina Panthers plus 11.
I'm with you. I walked into Sean was in the studio in isolation earlier, doing some sort of NFL handicapping breathing exercises. And I said, I think it was almost like I just stumbled into the details of a crime. I said, I think I'm going to have to take the Panthers.
Yeah, Ryan was like guilty and I had to apologize. Kramer, we do have a big announcement real quick before we do.
Really?
We have the winners of the free roll football contest. Congrats to Landon Renard and Ben Aiken. They both tied for first place. The pot was $3,000, $4,000 if you're a Patreon member. So we're gonna chop the pot. Since Landon was a Patreon member, he gets $2K. Ben, unfortunately, not a Patreon member. He only gets $1,500.
Wow!
But he said he was gonna use it to sign up for the Patreon.
Nice.
So if there ever was a reason for signing up for the Patreon, congrats to those guys. Killed it. ATS, nice work. Gentlemen, and looking to run some more contests. And Kramer, of course, as always, we're brought to you by Kalshi. Shout out to Kalshi. You can trade in 50 states. You want to trade the Los Angeles Rams this weekend? You can do it over on Kalshi. They got you covered for the professional football, college football, basketball, hockey, economics, world events, which a lot of wild world events you could be trading live over on Kalshi. Best part is available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their accounts when you use the code SGPN. Download the Kalshi app today and use that promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your home for the NFL playoffs. Pick sides, totals, props. Rhythm has it all. Highly recommend getting Rhythm. Nice to have a little AI back data behind your plays. Of course, you can build your own model, or you can just tail what Rhythm's offering. Both are pretty fun. Let's see some of the. Let's see what Rhythm has that they like so far. Oh, and the parlay optimizer is pretty fun. Very easy to just click over on the parlay pieces. This one I like eye test as well. Well, I'm sure chance we talk about this on the prop show, but Austin Hooper, his numbers at 8.5 receiving yards. You know they're going to find a way to get old Austin Hooper going against the Chargers. Chargers, off the top of my head, not great against the tight end, but Rhythm likes it. I like it as well. 8.5 receiving yards. I'm with Rhythm. Take the over. Download the Rhythm app today, and if you want to go premium, use our promo code SGPN 25% off. Free to get started. That's RITHMM.
Before we move on to the next game,
sure.
Does the weather becoming nasty help the Rams or the Panthers more?
I think in general it helps the home team and the dog would be my overall take. I think if you're looking to cover 11, I think you're going to have to be able to throw the ball. So I would say that would, if you're Matt Stafford, you're in a dome most of your career. You would much rather not play in weather.
I think if I was being optimistic about the Panthers, regardless of the weather, I think the weather helps this. I wonder if they can't shut down the run game of the Rams. We'll see how it goes from there. The nightcap, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Again, division rivalry here. Third time they'll be facing off. Only the third time in history we found out that this
in the
happened.
playoffs.
Yep. Green Bay, the 7 seed, is laying 1.5 points on the road in Chicago. Chicago as the 2 seed plus 105. 45.5 is the total. This is another one where it does seem there will be a bit of weather.
Yeah, they're calling for heavy snow.
Sounds like there's snow. Sounds like the gusts could reach 35 miles an hour, impacting the passing games potentially. Another one where like maybe we start that way. If if the pass games are neutralized, who does that help? Well, I will say one of the things that stood out to me was Josh Jacobs this week talking about how healthy he feels, how glad he was that he had the week off, and honestly, I think part of the Bears have had their run game go from like really impressive to inconsistent. And so if this is a snowy game and a windy game, I think I'm already starting to think, man, I think I said this to you earlier in the week. I think I might have to be on Jordan Love and the Packers this week.
Well, Kyle Krema, Mundung guy, has not been. I don't know. I feel like he hasn't been as dominant. That Bears game against the Lions. Now maybe the Lions just kind of know how to play the Bears and the Ben Johnson scheme. Maybe there's a dynamic to that. But the injury report, you mentioned it. Josh Jacobs full practice. Obviously Jordan Love. Now normally the team or like a quarterback coming off a concussion takes them a little bit to shake out the cobwebs, but the fact that the concussion was so long ago and he was cleared to play last week.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think it'll be as bad. Then you look
hopefully.
And there certainly could be a little bit of rust. As Ben Johnson says, they don't rest guys, they play. But now you're playing a very rested team, including. It sounded like he practiced. I think the Packers tackle Zach Tom getting out there, I think is going to be big. And then on the other side, injury wise, CJ in the concussion protocol, as someone who, he was on the Eagles Super Bowl runs. He's a guy who certainly his play style is boom or bust, but he's a guy you want out there in a playoff game. 1, for the playoff experience, and 2, the intensity he brings. And then 3, like he's a guy who's always around the ball, generates some turnovers. Now maybe you don't get some big plays because he's he maybe gives up some big plays. But yeah, I look on the side of the Bears and you have Caleb Love and Ben Johnson both making their playoff debut here. On the other side, you got Matt LaFleur, who's 3-5 in the playoffs. Jordan Love 1-2. All his playoff starts have been on the road. He did have that sweet win as it was like a 9-point dog against the Cowboys as the 2 seed. That was amazing.
He's been the 7 seed 3 years in a row.
Yeah. And again, going back to QBs making their playoff debut, home of underdogs. This is where Caleb falls. 4-6 ATS, 3-7 straight up. The Bears had been kept winning these close games, but maybe that mojo has rolled off a little bit here, worn off a little bit. Colston Loveland, though, he's saying Ben Johnson told him, if you're not prepared to play the next 5 weeks, you're thinking about anything else. You're thinking about booking flights and vacation. Don't come in. He made it very clear what's at stake and what this team is looking for. I think this is going to be an awesome game, but it is hard not to get past the fact that the Packers kind of own the Bears. As someone who was on the Bears, that the last time they played, you needed everything to go right, including Malik Willis getting into the game. Jordan Love getting knocked out of the game. Malik Willis with that shotgun fumble, which in overtime. Then Caleb hitting that awesome ball, which was a great throw, and not to mention the onside kick recovery. It's like you needed everything to go right.
Did the Bears have? I saw. I was scrolling through the timeline earlier, and I think someone pointed out that the Bears had 3 games where they were losing when they knocked the opposing quarterback out.
Yeah,
that they ended up winning the game. Regression.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers are on a 21-4 straight up run against this Bears team, and I know the Bears are at home, but can't you just feel the collective negative energy of the fan base if the Packers are doing well here in the second half? The entire city just turtling up.
Certainly, this is if you want to. I would say this is a fairly easy designation, but if there's going to be a city that turtles up, it's Chicago, right? Because of who they're playing.
Because the Packers kind of have
they know the Packers own them. You talk to any Bears fan, and so
small dogs in the wild card round have been good since 2017, 14-4 ATS. So certainly something to be said there with the small dog action.
Yeah,
but I do think Jordan Love's going to be able to move the ball on this Bears defense. Now maybe Ben Johnson comes out with an amazing scheme and the Bears and the Packers get pushed around. I mean, the problem is like that Ravens game plan is available against this Packers team. I think defensively, we haven't seen it. I don't know if it's the run schemes, if it's the physicality, if maybe the Bears offensive line, which has been pretty good this season, but like that Bears offensive line has not been able to push people around towards the end of this season. Now they're coming off a game where all their starters played. They played the full game, as Ben Johnson reminded them. Meanwhile, the Packers, especially some of their key people, have been resting for a while now.
They also, I mean, yeah, the way the game went too, when they did try to play, there's almost like it backfired a little bit. Betting splits over at the Green Book, Sean, 71% on the Bears. Do these Bears have fleas?
No, and as Dick Puncher's pointing out, the Rundy could get exposed here, and I certainly think that's the path.
Who?
What?
For which team?
Well,
no, I'm just both.
Dick Puncher's point. He's the Packers.
You can say that about both teams.
No, I think Jacobs has. I think Jacobs is going to have a good game
in DFS,
and I think Zach Tom being back is going to be huge, and I do think CJ being out is going to be a big difference when you see. Romeo Dobbs or Christian Watson catching something deep over the middle, and he brings an intimidation thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the trigger here. Now I loved it when it was a pick, Ryan. I'm still playing it.
You have some pick in pocket.
I'm still playing this at 1.5 here for the Packers. Kramer, are you scared that they're a road favorite here at all?
A tiny bit, but it's not a real. All right. So you're going to lay 1.5 or you're going to play -125.
That's interesting. I can see this being a 1-score game.
To me, we're in a conversation where I'm probably just going to play the money line.
I'll shop around. I'll find the money line. Well, I think you can probably find some Green Bay's -120.
Okay.
But for this show, you don't think you can find that?
I'm sure you can. I'm just laughing at the idea that you're uncomfortable with this price.
No, 125.
You want to do some shopping.
Oh, I mean, I'm looking at the Blue Book has a Green Bay at -116. So that would be what I would play.
Okay.
But why is this so hilarious? You asked me the question. I'm answering the question, and now you're giggling like a schoolgirl.
Because the point is, would you play the money line or the spread?
I would play the money line. This money line is not the best money line in the market, though.
Got it.
Give me Green Bay -1.5.
What's happening to you? Is everything all right?
No, you're just.
Maybe they've replaced Sean with someone.
Woo! It's smoking ball.
He's worried about the.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I think you can find a better money line. Why is that such an insane comment?
It's not. I just.
You asked me this. This comment of do I want 1.5 for the money line?
Yeah, because
I like the money line.
The money line.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay. No further questions.
Only the best money line. I
was highlighting that -125 is high compared to the rest of the market. If you don't think that actionable betting info is useful to our audience, I'll leave it.
You're right. Circa, where I grabbed this from, is offering the best Bears money line price.
Exactly.
At +105.
That now is that okay to throw out there? that information.
That's good information. Yeah, it's all good information. I thought it was funny how you went right into price shopping. That's all. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Kramer and I both on the Packers minus 1.5.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately. Also, the Caleb stuff has really gotten into my feed. I don't know if it's getting into your feed. Just people trashing him. He sucks. His offensive line did everything.
Oh, I don't think he sucks. I do think
I started watching some too many of these cut ups where I'm like, you know what?
I don't think he's completely fixed. I do think Ben Johnson did a great job. I mean, 1 year turning him around
for sure. But imagine,
like that completion percentage. Remember, they had that goal of his completion percentage. I don't think he's there yet. I think honestly, I think Caleb Williams next year is going to be a problem if he continues to improve.
Yeah, he's got to fix whatever causes his accuracy issues.
He came in at 58%. His goal was 65%, and I think he can get there. But he's much better at not taking sacks. He's seen the field better. He's still can tighten up the mechanics.
Just feels like he's gonna against the team, a defense now seeing him for the third time. That's probably not a good formula.
Good angle.
All right, 10 a.m. on Sunday. Again, what we're doing a pregame show on both Saturday and Sunday, Sean. 1 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. Before this game of the weekend, the 6 seed Buffalo Bills heads down to the. Unfortunately, it's not going to be quite as hot as I thought. To Florida to take on the Jags. The 3 seed Jags are a pick. -110 each way. 51.5 is the total. Yes, if you were to shop this one, you can certainly find some Jags as home dog. The Green Book has Bills -1.5 plus 102 as this FanDuel. So similar to the Packers game we just talked about, where you have the market kind of pushing to one side. Now, we didn't really get into it. Well, we touched on it with the Flea comment, but in both cases, the more popular team to the bettors right now is the home team. And
everyone's betting the Jags.
I wouldn't say everyone. I've definitely seen
but all the betting splits are pointing towards Jags.
Telling me they're taking Bills or challenging me to a bet. So I'm gonna.
I mean, I'll start out.
I'm gonna go 100%.
And I think this should be a really good game. There's a bunch of awesome games. To me, it starts with Jacksonville's run defense. Jacksonville, only team in the NFL not to allow any player to rush for 75 yards in a single game this season. And I took that and I plugged it in hey, how have the Bills done if they haven't been able to get James Cook going? The Bills they've only won 2 games this year with Cook getting less than 75 yards rushing.
Makes sense. The game, I mean,
and one of those was week 1 versus Baltimore. They won that game. Now, some of that was game script because it became this crazy shootout. And then week 10 versus Tampa Bay, where it ended up kind of becoming that was a weird game flow as well.
But it's hard. I mean, no one's running on this Jags teams right now. No. So it's safe to assume that this will be a game where Josh Allen will win or lose the game. That would be my general take. I think I trust Trevor Lawrence and the Jags offense to put up points. I think Josh Allen is going to be pushed, and can he get it done? Or will he make a mistake?
Jags are coming in red hot.
Oh,
Jags have won 8 straight.
Hot.
Of the last 13 teams to enter the playoffs on a winning streak of 8 or more games, how many have won the Super Bowl, Ryan?
I crossed that one off my list.
Don't want to hear that answer, but you can do the guess. The answer is 0. Teams on an 8-game straight up an ATS win streak, joining the 2011 Saints, who won and covered their wild card game and lost in the divisional round. That could be the fate we're looking at potentially here for the Jags. But on the other side, the Bills have gone up and they've done well against good competition. They are 5-1 ATS when facing teams who are above 500 straight up. Obviously, their one non-cover was against the Eagles.
That's important for this handicap.
Josh Allen. Well, you don't think that matters? I mean, I do think
They played well against good competition.
Yeah, like honestly, the stuff that has tripped them up on the road is almost playing down. Where they didn't have a great effort against the Browns, they lost outright to the Falcons, they lost outright to the Dolphins. That was like playing down.
Yeah, but what is that from? Like, what causes that? Because
complacency. I think but really matchup wise, it's tough to take a Bills team against a team with. I think ETN's going to have a massive game, and I think this Jags team can create some turnovers. And Josh Allen, I just don't, as TMZ take of it is, like I just don't think he has it this year. Like what have we seen Josh come up in huge spots? I mean, think of that 2-point conversion. The play was there. Now, granted, Alex Hunt was sitting in that zone and forced him a little bit to throw outside, but he didn't make the throw. He had some turnovers in that big game there. The last game he played, is he 100% physically? What do you think, Ryan?
No,
probably not. Right?
Definitely not.
Now he's probably 90%. It might not be a noticeable difference. I think where the Bills win this game is Josh Allen and his legs. I think that's obviously the X factor here because otherwise the like the Jags, their weakness defensively, maybe against the tight end, could be a nice Dawson Knox. Maybe.
I mean, honestly, the story for this game is going to be there's going to be a story about a quarterback, and it's either going to be Trevor Lawrence, who's going to use the shit out of his legs.
I think Trevor Lawrence could have a big game rushing.
And by the way, you don't think the players are reading the news about how Harbaugh is going to wait till after the weekend to take any meetings. Could the Bills be one of the teams waiting to see if they lose and maybe they're going to fire their coach? Again, if the game's on Josh Allen's shoulders this year, are you going to take that? Now, we profited greatly live betting him against the Ravens week 1, and there's always that silliness. But the Jags also come with arguably one of the best defenses in the conference, and I like the matchup. I like how it's going to be warm down in Jacksonville. The early estimates of near 80 have come down closer to 70, Sean, but still going to be warm. Going to be a little humid for the team coming down from the cold.
I like the humidity handicap.
North.
Didn't see that coming.
I mean, Sean, think about it. You come from a cold climate, all of a sudden it's warm. Who knows what can happen there?
That's
what do you mean? That's a thing. Adjustment to humid, hot climate.
All right.
They're going to be on the sideline showing the thermometer.
You're just a homer. You're always going to take your Jags. Is there any matchup reason you like them?
Like I said, the defense matches up really well. They're going to make it hard for Cook, like you highlighted, which is a key cog to the offense, and they're going to put it on Josh Allen's hands. And so, if that's the bet, and you think you're getting a better chance of him creating some sort of turnover, and you trust Trevor Lawrence in the offense going against this Bills defense, maybe it's not totally about Trevor Lawrence because ETN has a huge game.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's going to be about Trevor Lawrence. I think it's going to be about the Jags defense playing solid. The lack of playmakers on the Bills receiving core, and then the Jags running game. I think it's going to be everyone but Trevor Lawrence.
I think the Jags are going to put up like 30 plus.
Oh, I know you do, but I'm saying I don't.
Trevor's going to be involved in that. Trevor is going to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can just attack this Bills team, and I struggle to see
if they weren't the Buffalo Bills, the Jags would be favored by 3.5.
No, if they didn't have Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen hasn't won a road playoff game. 0-4 on the road. Now, some of those is Patrick Mahomes, Showtime Mahomes.
When's the last time the Bills won a road playoff game?
Oh, you got to go really far back.
Showtime Mahomes.
Sean, 1993. What were you doing in 93?
I don't know. Hanging out watching the playoffs.
Yeah. Probably fourth grade.
I watched a lot of playoffs as a kid. I remember where I was for the that crazy comeback game against the Oilers with the Bills. That was at home.
It's pre-jerking off.
Speak for yourself, Ryan. Peaked early. I like the Luke in the chat saying Liam Cohen laughed at the fact that they're home dogs in the Rich Eisen show. Yeah. I mean, Liam Cohen first playoff game. That's certainly a thing.
Terrifying. there's a concoction that's terrifying.
But
which is
do you
Jags.
feel great about Sean McDermott in a playoff spot on the road?
That's kind of my point.
That's the counter.
Here's my counter. I like the quarterback in Jacksonville better. I like the coach in Jacksonville better. I like the defense in Jacksonville better. And I think the running back in Jacksonville is going to have a much better game. Put all that together. What do you get? You get some happy people in the fucking hot tub.
Brett with a strong counter. I don't want to lose money betting on Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs. I would feel foolish.
Almost MVP Trevor Lawrence.
And Patrick Fisher, Bills fan, of course, jotting all this down as bulletin board material. Chargers plus 154 money line. After I take Ryan's money, I'll gladly accept anyone else who's on the Pats.
He really wants. Yeah,
it's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I love the opposite side of that one too. It sounds like we'll be working together for a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, come on. Obviously, I'm on the Jags, and if this turns into a blowout, don't be surprised.
I would be surprised.
I'm playing alts. Think we'll get a pleaser card this weekend, Sean?
Maybe, but I think it's pretty tough to hit a pleaser when there's only 6 games. If we're being honest,
maybe get the college football playoff games on there.
Yeah, give me the Jags at a pick here at home.
Is there? Would you lay 3 with the Jags?
Would
you lay 2.5 with the Jags?
What's the price?
Like minus 110.
Minus 110. I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess up to 3. Sure.
I'm.
If I'm getting 3 points with the Bills, I do think this changes it. I don't think this is going to be just quite the bloodbath that you have in your mind. It's gonna be real interesting. I mean, we have an interesting Sunday, Ryan, because your team plays in the morning, my team plays in the afternoon, and then we get Decker.
When do I take the nap? I don't.
Yeah, there's no naps.
No nap time.
Super wild card weekend.
Jesus. All right. Both on the Jags, Sean. We've agreed on everything. It seems odd that we didn't do that last year. We didn't agree on everything. Game number 4 for the playoffs and the 1:30 kick on Sunday. Niners, Eagles. Eagles laying 4.5 minus 220 on the money line. Niners plus 190. 44.5 is the total. Yeah, no, I think what we have here is we have a Philadelphia team that's similar, I guess, to some of the other matchups we talked about. One team a little bit more rested than the other. One team, maybe a little bit more of a wild card to me. And both these teams are kind of wild cards because the Eagles are like an animal that's just been laying around for a little while. They haven't really had to do anything meaningful. They have a bunch of dudes who have tons of playoff experience, and they obviously went on a run last year. We've seen the Chiefs do this where they kind of roll through a season and then the playoffs start and it's a different beast. Part of me thinks we're going to see like a crazy 10, 12, like Jalen Hurts running the fuck out of the ball in this one. A lot of Dallas Goedert, maybe even Barkley, like the running game getting going. I do think some of the stuff we've talked about in weeks past with the Niners and their defense. If the Eagles don't have an advantage offensively, like physically to push a team around, I don't know, like their offense is in trouble. This feels like it's a strong matchup advantage for them. Again, back to I have just a hunch that Jalen Hurts is going to be, it's a playoff game now. So he's going to do what he's got to do, meaning he's going to run the ball a bit more. And I think they're going to be able to just dink and dunk with Dallas Goedert over the middle against this ragtag group that Salah has. And so, yeah, I'll let Sean tee it off. But I thought I was going to be on the Niners here with this many points. I kind of think that this is also similar. This could be like a boring day of football with just blowouts. This feels a little bit like the Jags to me.
I think the Jags game will be close. I think this is this is a very good matchup, I think, for this Eagles team. I mean, let's start with the Eagles offensive side of the ball. Yeah, they've had their moments where they've struggled, certainly, but they're getting Lane Johnson back. Kramer, you kept harping they can't win a game without Lane Johnson. Now they won a bunch without him. They lost some too because he is a huge part of their offense. I mean, you have a Hall of Fame right tackle. It is going to impact the run game, which impacts the passing game.
Is he? So I've seen some debate about how healthy he will be out there. Like, is he 100%, or is he like he's kind of coming back because
I don't know?
Like,
no, it seemed like if they needed him before, he would have played. I mean, watching the clips of him on Hard Knocks, he's like dragging around heavy weights, and that was like a month ago. So
yeah, but NFL players are different. Like the shit that looks pretty impressive for anyone else, it's like, yeah, but you're not game ready yet. So I don't know. It just seems like there's some level of debate over what his health level will be.
I think he'll be pretty good to go. And if they have to put in Fred Johnson, the offense can succeed with him in there. But I think having Lane in there is going to be huge, especially when you look at how banged up the 49ers are on the other side. Every linebacker that made their initial 53-man roster currently out or injured.
The end of that Seahawks game, the Seahawks just ran it down their throat.
Yeah, they're I mean, they're bringing up like Kaiser White and some of these like dusty ass
Kaiser White revenge game.
Sure, certainly. Fred Warner on IR. D Winters injured. Bethune, he's out for the season. Like they're just. So the 49ers could feature Eric Kendricks, Garrett Wallow, and Kaiser White. None of those linebackers were on the roster before November 26th. Like it just shows you, and hats off to Kyle Shanahan, a coaching genius, that they were able to have success. But I think you saw the issue there against the Seattle Seahawks. One on the other side, like when this offense goes up against this Eagles defense. This Eagles defense is elite. I still think the Eagles defense right now, best defense in the league. And I think you're going to see it there on Sunday. You're going to see an elite level of physicality. You're going to see guys with incredible. I mean, I'm glad that Jalen Carter took those couple weeks off to get his shoulders healed and got that, whatever that procedure was. He looked like a man possessed in that Bills game, blocking the kick, just destroying the offensive line. And now the 49ers offensive line, Trent Williams not practicing on a Wednesday with a hamstring injury. I mean, to me, that is left tackle. That's probably bigger than the Lane Johnson injury. We'll see if he goes. But when Shanahan points out that it wasn't a vet rest day, that he's still injured, you certainly wonder his availability for Sunday. And if he does play, is he 100%? Ricky Pearsall re-aggravated his PCL. He didn't practice today. I don't know if he goes. Juwan Jennings is banged up. And oh yeah, Brock Purdy. I mean, if you watch that Seattle game, the last play, Brock Purdy got lit up. He's writhing in pain on the ground on top of having a cut on his hand there.
Got a boo-boo. Yeah.
And just let's look at Kyle Shanahan versus Vic Fangio. Kyle Shanahan tried to hire Vic Fangio. Why? Some people thought Vic Fangio was washed up. Kyle Shanahan didn't think so. Kyle Shanahan, the last 4 times he's played Vic Fangio's defense 4 times, 11, 6, 15, and 9 points. Now his quarterbacks weren't the best. John Beck, RG3, Jimmy G, and Nick Mullins. But I mean, he had a ton of success with Jimmy G. He actually had some success with Nick Mullins and RG3. So I don't know if it's. I think the Fangio scheme is a good match for the Kyle Shanahan offense. And you mentioned it, Ryan. Jalen Hurts is a dog, as we know, 5-0 straight up at home in the playoffs, 4-1 ATS. If he needs to run, he'll run. 49ers are not good to the tight end. I think this could be a massive Dallas Goddard game. And now Eagles, yeah, their offensive DVOA, their offense in general has had some hiccups, but I do think you'll see a nice jump with Lane Johnson back in the lineup and a well-rested Eagles team. I do think playing in the Super Bowl last year bleeds into this year, and getting the extra bye week by resting all their starters, I think was 100% the right thing to do. Their entire roster, their opening day roster is healthy, minus Andrew Makuba, the rookie safety. Everyone else is going to be out there and playing. So that's a huge advantage, and they're at home.
If the weather doesn't seem like it's going to be horrible, but what do we think? Does that, I mean, obviously weather helps the Eagles, I'd imagine. And to me, this is the same thing I said about the Jags defense and Josh Allen. The Eagles defense they're going to put this on the arm of Brock Purdy. can he get over the demons? Hopefully they bring a second and a third quarterback. It would be not that it's funny if someone gets injured, but there would be some level of amusement I would get viewing the internet after a Niners quarterback were to
oh my God. The funniest, they asked Shanahan if, he was going to bring a third quarterback because of what happened last time. He said, I don't think lightning strikes twice. That's fair. They changed the rule for you. They changed the rule so you can have the third emergency quarterback and you're not using it. Is insane. Terry in the chat saying 49ers have a massive coaching advantage. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan taking down Andy Reid in the Super Bowl. Oh no, sorry, that was Nick Sirianni. And Kyle Shanahan never missed the playoffs. Oh, sorry, that's Nick Sirianni. He said it's a draw on defense. Dude, you're crazy if you think the Eagles defense and the 49ers is a draw. I mean, yes, I do think the 49ers offense, when totally healthy right now, probably better than the Eagles. But I mean, look at the Eagles defense. That if you're saying the Eagles defense and the 49ers defense is a draw, and I guess your case would be like, hey, they held the Seahawks to 13 points or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't see that. I saw a 49ers defense that went on the road and let Phillip Rivers carve them up. I mean, they did not get one stop against the Chicago Bears. They let Phillip Rivers put up 27 on the road.
According to weighted DVOA, the Niners are 28th and the Eagles are 4th.
Okay. I don't think the defenses are close.
So I mean that's how I would look at them. So
he's clarifying the coaching, not the personnel.
Oh.
I think Robert Saleh overall has done a good job of getting the most out of he can with this personnel. And I do think Robert Saleh is a great defensive coordinator.
Does Robert Saleh motivate with meatballs?
Vic Fangio does. Shout out to Great American.
This is now 2 postseasons in a row where we've gotten Vic Fangio food content.
Wow. He revealed his, there was some meatball recipe last time, but instead of a game ball, Vic Fangio gives you, if you like their game ball and defense is boxed up meatballs in a brown paper bag. That's when you know you did your job.
When you're getting meatballs in a brown paper bag, it's a good sign. It means you did a good no-show job.
Yes.
No, they like to eat the meatballs at the no-show job. So you got the lawn chairs. You're sitting there. Anyway, so we're both on the Eagles.
Oh, I'm on the Eagles, Kramer. Let's go. Give me the Birds laying the 4.5. I'm confident they're going to show up in this spot.
Yeah, winner of this game go to the conference championship minimum. I think.
Really? So you think either one goes on a run here?
Well, if Brock Purdy is able to overcome the Vic Fangio defense because the game will be on his back, I think then that means that they're playing enough defense and they've done something right. But to me this is another blowout. I'm looking to play a Sunday pleaser right now.
Oh wow! All right, don't jinx it, Kramer.
What do you mean? I think I just the spread. We discussed this on Sunday. I said I expect this number to continue to grow. It's 4.5 now.
Yeah, I think
it continues to grow.
Yeah, I now that I've seen sharp places like Circa, or I guess how quickly Circa moved it to 4.5, which I was surprised at. I thought more people would be in on the narrative of the Eagles offense. You can't lay 4.5 with the Eagles offense.
It's a fair
and
argument.
That there would be buyback on the 49ers, and maybe there is, and maybe that's why it's holding that 4.5. But they moved it pretty quick, which makes me think as it gets closer to kickoff, as limits go up, that maybe there is a chance it gets to 6. I would still be surprised if it gets to 6.
The splits 35% of the tickets, but 61% of the handle on the Eagles. So maybe the Niners, at least for Sunday, the Niners. And by the way, the splits for the Jags have leveled out a little bit. You were talking a little out of you're
in denial, Ryan. You're in denial.
I'm looking at it right now. 54% on the Jags.
Okay, what tickets or money?
53 on the handle, 54 on the bets at the Green Book. At the Circa, Jags are 59% bets, 74% handle.
That sounds like mostly people on the Jags.
It's slightly. I'm just saying that the Niners are actually 62% of the bets and 96% of the handle at Circa on the Niners.
What does that mean?
I was pointing out that the Niners appear to be the Sunday public dog.
Anything to get your Jags off the public. You don't want that public dog moniker.
I'm just pointing out the facts. This is called reporting, Sean.
Hey, I'm reporting. If you want a great price, head over to Novig. Download the Novig app today. Use the promo code SGPN. Available in a bunch of states. Again, if you're not using Novig, what are you waiting for? It's available in a bunch of states. Spend $5, get $50. And of course, America's #1 a sports prediction market. Use that promo code SGPN. Novig is great tool. Highly recommend it. Great prediction market to get involved in. If you're not on Novig and you're in a state that offers Novig and you're not, what are you waiting for? Get in on Novig today and use our promo code. Do yourself a favor. Do us a favor. Always appreciate the support. Promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Head over to Underdog and of course use that promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $75 in bonus funds. We did a couple of the fun Underdog best ball drafts where you get a chance. What is it? A couple million, $2 million in prizes on the Underdog best ball drafts. Kramer.
Yep. Build some Niners and Jags teams. I have an Eagles Jags team
just in case. Let's put together a little pick-em entry for the folks. What's jumping out at you, Ryan?
I'm staring down the barrel right now. Do we start with? All right, so I think the Trevor Lawrence rushing yards is
okay.
Splendid. It's up to 24.5.
All right, that's pretty high, isn't it?
Is that too high? Yeah, I mean he has been getting higher than that number. Let's move on. I don't want to put some bad juju on my guy. How about Caleb? Scrambling, scampering around 21. Oh, they're juicing all the quarterbacks up. Sean.
Yeah, they understand that it's the playoffs and guys are going to be. I mean, I like James Cook or lower 78.5 rushing yards. I think Ryan, if you're a Jag off, you got to believe in this rush defense.
Yeah, play that.
So give me the lower.
Play that sack.
And I think this gets home in a number of ways, right? I think there is a world obviously where the Bills get the win, get the cover, whatever. But I think Josh Allen's gonna have to do it with his legs. Honestly, I think if you like Josh Allen, you got to play his rushing yard, or if you like the Bills, you got to be on the rushing yards as well.
Do we pair this with Hurts touchdown? It's 1.08x spicy.
I like that. I also like what's our boy rookie of the year, Ted McMillan. What's his receiving yards at? 53.5 feels really low. I just keep having flashbacks.
Yeah, let's play that.
Of Michael Wilson just annihilating this. He
has less secondary help, but yeah, let's play that.
He only had one catch for 43 yards. It was a touchdown against the Rams, but I gotta imagine he's involved, right?
I mean, the only version where this is, is the Panthers like kind of controlling the game with their run game, but it seems like they're gonna need to.
They're gonna have to have at least some passing game.
All right, what 7.5 targets? Do we like that better?
No, that's crazy. I like the passing yards.
Okay,
because he can hit you for a big play.
Okay. You want to do longest reception?
What's that at?
21.5.
Sure.
No.
I mean, I like both, but if you want to go
yards, no, let's keep it simple.
Okay. So we got Ted McMillan higher, 53.5 receiving yards, and James Cook lower, 78.5 rushing yards. Of course, $100 entry returns you $300 over an Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. Kramer, last game of Super. Oh no, we got 2 games.
Yeah, what are you talking? You trying to end the weekend early?
No, I totally spaced.
Yeah, well, and last thing, so Jalen Hurts is plus odds on the anytime again. We're back to this world.
Dog.
Well, they do again early look at the prop show.
I've been known to do this come playoff time, but that might be a full NFL side.
I mean, yeah. I do like Dallas Goedert to get in at 2-1, especially considering their linebacker issues and the way that they just love him in the red zone. And he is their leading receiver touchdowns wise. But yeah, I mean, tough to argue Jalen Hurts getting in.
I got to confirm this number.
I mean,
Plus 120.
Goddard being 2-1 is crazy.
When's the last time Jalen Hurts was plus 120?
Well, he hasn't. He hasn't been rushing as much.
That doesn't stop them from pricing him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Do you want to do the?
We'll have to. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Here's his. I'll read you his real quick game logs of rushing touchdowns. Super Bowl 40-22, 1 rushing touchdown against the Commanders, 3 rushing touchdowns, conference championship against the Rams, 1 rushing touchdown against Green Bay, 0. Then the loss in the season before that playoff game, 0. Super Bowl where they lost against the Chiefs, 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 against in the game against the 49ers, 1 against the Giants. So he had 5 in that playoff. And then his first playoff game, 0 rushing touchdowns. So he has 5 playoff games, or sorry, 9 playoff games, 10 rushing touchdowns.
Feels like 3 games play. With no touchdowns. So a third of the games.
Yeah. So 67% of the time he's gotten in the end zone.
So that should be minus 150.
Well, according to the odds, Ryan.
I mean, just doing some basic math here, but Sunday Night Football, 5:15 on the West Coast. Chargers, Patriots. We have a dome team playing in sub 40-degree weather. Sean, sound the alarms. Yeah, Chargers catching 3.5 plus 170 on the money line. Patriots minus 195. 46 is the total. I mean, a lot has been uncovered in terms of the Patriots not playing any good teams. People.
Well, if now, you know, one of those trends that are floating around there is take the teams who have played the toughest schedule.
Yeah.
And the Eagles have had one of the hardest.
Yeah.
F1.
Yeah. Who are do you know off the top of your head who those teams are?
What do you mean?
Like if you're just handicapping hardest schedule, like I want to I want to fade the teams with the easy schedules. I think that's Panthers. I think it's Bills.
Pats.
I think it's Pats.
Yeah, I mean the Patriots are the
think about the division. All right. Anyway, this is certainly an interesting test for Drake May, for all the people who think he's going to turn into a pumpkin at some point. And Justin Herbert has been to the playoffs and has hopefully learned from his playoff sins. He's certainly been playing very loose and fast football this year. Did you see what Harbaugh said about him on today on the presser? I think Justin Herbert is the best that ever was.
He is so hard for Herbert.
I just love the way he finds different ways to compliment the man. To me, I think I have enough faith in Herbert for sure for this offense to perform against the Patriots defense, which is beatable. And on the defensive side, you know, certainly interesting. The defensive coordinator is getting mentioned as a head coaching candidate. His defense has finished the year very strong. In that same metric I mentioned earlier, where the Eagles are 4th in weighted DVOA, the Chargers are 7th, and they're known to confuse you. And you know, Drake May hasn't had a ton of really difficult tests, and so I always am going to lean on the side of taking the points against that equation.
Dome teams over the last decade, 1-14 when going on the road and it's below 40 degrees, which I would imagine.
Is there a Harbaugh? Can I get an asterisk for a Harbaugh team?
And then
they're not soft.
Well, and we you know, we didn't really highlight it a ton with the Bryce Young, but you know, of course, quarterbacks making their first playoff start versus quarterbacks who have playoff experience. That's actually very bad. That's bad ATS for Drake May, 34% covering 20 and 40 straight up. As far as quarterbacks making their playoff debuts, home favorites, 6 and 16 ATS, but 9 and 13 straight up. And I keep looking at this game and I keep thinking the Pats are going to win by 3. Like this to me, 27-24, New England wins, doesn't quite get the cover. We get a great spirited, or they're up 10, Chargers backdoor it. I really struggle to find out how the Chargers are going to win this game. But on the other side, I do think they're going to kind of keep it competitive. I struggle to see how the Pats win by margin. So I'm really torn here because I hate taking dogs if I don't think they can win outright. I struggle.
They can win this game outright. Drake May can throw 3 or 4 interceptions. I'm very bullish on the idea that the Chargers defense can create problems for Drake May in this offense. And yeah, I like the idea that listen, what do you think Vrabel is in this matchup against Harbaugh? Like where do you sit with the coaching advantage?
I think they're both pretty good head coaches.
Yeah, I would say I wonder. I mean, what was CJ rambling about? Not deserving coach of the year. I wonder if in this matchup, like everything that has happened with the Patriots this year, so much of Vrabel is like getting the culture and getting the attitude set. That the defense has been vulnerable, and while I mean, look, Harbaugh was at the mic basically saying, giving off the impression that he fancies the matchup in the ground game, and I wonder if the Chargers are able to be physical in this game and they're able to turn over. Every storyline is the same to me. It's Drake May versus this Chargers defense. If the Chargers defense,
I don't. But also too, it's just like Herbert isn't the guy. We know that.
You're anti-Herbert. I'm less anti-Herbert than you. And so,
I mean, he pissed down his leg last time when he went on the road.
He learned from that. He's talked about it. You learn from those moments.
On the road.
You learn from those moments. I mean, the scariest part about this is that they drew the night game.
Cold,
the dome, outdoor. I get all of that.
And I do think again, how the Chargers been winning these games. It's not like when they play bad defenses like the Cowboys. Yeah, they were able to light it up, but to their credit, the Chargers offense or defense did a good job of turning over the Eagles, who notoriously their formula is like, hey, we don't turn the ball over, we win the game. I worry that there's going to be, and we even saw that against look at like Drake May's biggest spot was probably recently against the Ravens. Yeah. Like, got a little heated up there and he turned the ball over a little bit, eventually did get it done, but I do have this Chargers team rated higher than the Ravens. Yeah. I think this is honestly, I think this is again gonna be a good game. I'm gonna take the 3.5 because I think the Chargers can keep this competitive. I'm not gonna be playing the Chargers on the money line though.
Another interesting note.
If they win, sure, it's a nice surprise. But I think Pats win by 1 or 3. That's my take.
Interesting note. The Chargers have really struggled with protecting for Justin Herbert. Well,
it's not his fault. Just remember that
it isn't, but also the Patriots haven't exactly.
They've struggled at getting pressure,
gotten a pressure. So this is it's a convenient matchup for both sides of the ball to me for the Chargers. Yeah, I definitely think.
Well, and Decker said this is the matchup he wanted, and
he was.
Hayden Winks had this nugget. Chargers offensive line 31st in pressure rate allowed since week 9. Patriots defensive line 31st in pressure rate without a blitz. So the Pats are going to need to bring extra guys to get pressure.
And what happens when you blitz Justin Herbert? He picks you apart.
He runs. Honestly, I think this is going to be a lot of Herbert running.
Yeah.
And I think, whatever's going on with his hand, the fact that you have another week to rest, unlike Ben Johnson, who's any of these guys who like come in cocky. I mean, the greatest example is Chip Kelly's like, hey, we're going to do things different. Even Dan Campbell's like, oh, we play to win. We're playing all our guys. It's like, yeah, all right. And then you get knocked out by the Commanders. So, Sam Laporta gets like, you can, the NFL, whether it's the NFL market or the NFL itself, The NFL is a just a grindhouse, and you can come in and think you're going to totally change things around, and you're bigger than the National Football League, or you can try and win within established parameters. And I think the Chargers did the smart thing. I think they were kind of wanted to play the Pats too. I don't think they wanted to see this Jags team. I know certainly. I mean, the Jags kicked their ass, and
well, two glaring differences. I think the Jags defensive line would be a massive advantage against the Chargers offensive line, where they feel like they don't have that in this game. And on the other side of the ball, I think Liam Cohen, the way that offense is playing right now, I don't think any defense would want to play Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. So great point. We agree once again. And Sean, don't be afraid. Play this on the. You can play this on the money line.
I'm not because I do. I think the Pats move on, and I think they might go on a little bit of a run here. But
really,
I think this.
Well, okay.
No, we'll see. We'll see who they play.
So you're saying 3-point game?
This feels like a field goal game. Which is a field goal game.
You want to do a just throw out a score prediction?
I did. If you were listening, I said 27-24 Pats.
Okay.
Lock it in.
No weird. That's not even a 2-point conversion. Sean.
I think
that's not right.
I think this is a field goal game, but also being on the side of Chargers pulling the upset, I'm fine with. But I'll take the 3.5, and I think you might need it.
29-26 would have been a better.
This is the game where the spread matters. Is my prediction.
Oh, I like that. I
don't know if it'll. Well, wait, shit. Carolina might need the spread too.
I was gonna say I think that's.
Oh, or will they, Ryan?
We didn't really discuss the money line, but that feels a little bit more exaggerated. Monday Night Football. We will be doing Monday Night props on Sunday night after the game, so tune in. Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, the 4-5 matchup in the AFC. Texans down to 3, -155 on the money line. 39.5 is the total. Steelers +135. We both loved the Steelers last year in the wild card round, Sean.
Yeah,
they were catching 9.5 points.
Come on, against the Ravens. Oh, but that game too, they hung around. Also, much better quarterback. At least the way he's playing, our hero Aaron Rodgers is playing pretty good football, and they get DK Metcalf back. Kramer, I don't know if you have that clip of Tomlin at his press conference. That was all time Mike Tomlin, but I think the fact that they get an extra day here, I think is big. Now, obviously the Texans also get it, but I think it kind of benefits the Steelers a little bit more. And if you have not heard already, the Steelers are on an incredible Monday night streak where they've won 23 games in a row. Now you set aside the one game that randomly got moved to a Monday night on the 2020 season without fans, but with fans in attendance, 23 game win streak for the Steelers at home, which is insane. And this is just a classic all-time Tomlin, where they were asking him about, hey, if the Ravens would have made that field goal, you guys would have lost. And what happens then? Which is a hilarious question to ask any coach, but especially Mike Tomlin.
Make that kick, season's over, comes to a screeching halt, and missing that kick and the winner going on.
You know how it is. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle. All right.
All right.
The media guy goes, okay, we're going to end on that one. And
why would you ask
Tomlin? Just because you have male parts does not necessarily assign your gender. But
whoa.
All joking aside, the Steelers team has a dog. And
what is this logo Colby found?
That's an old time Steeler guy.
He looks like he's drunk, falling off to his death.
I think we've seen this Texans defense, which I was really high on middle of the season, but kind of towards the end of the season has fallen apart here a little bit. This also does feel like a field goal game. Both these teams are happy settling for field goals. Steelers team, incredible juice here at home. And I mean, you just look at Tomlin as a dog. I mean, it's insane. Aaron Rodgers has also been really good on Monday night, but I mean the Tomlin dome stuff, and you expect this dome team to go into Pittsburgh where it's going to be insanely cold as a road favorite and cover this 3.
I just don't see that same trend.
Tomlin 68-39 as a dog, 10-2 as a home dog of more than 3 points. So now this is sitting right at 3. That changes things. Obviously, if we can find those 3.5s out there, it feels like it's mostly 3s everywhere. But because again, this does feel like a field goal game. But you want to lean into the playoff experience. Aaron Rodgers 11 playoff wins. CJ Stroud 2 wins. It feels like Aaron Rodgers wins this game, and then next round is where reality hits. Now, you certainly could make a case for the case for the Texans. I think is pretty simple. Of hey, they're a much better team. They're gonna CJ Stroud not afraid to go on the road and win games in the playoffs. I think he's kind of quietly underrated, CJ Stroud, to some degree. And another nugget that's always fun: Super Bowl winning quarterbacks as an underdog in the playoffs, 72% ATS. Now, of course, Jalen Hurts it is a favorite here, so that doesn't apply to him. Also, Jalen Hurts, only quarterback 2 Super Bowl appearances in the playoff. Kind of interesting stat there.
Yeah, I mean Aaron Rodgers would be the Super Bowl winner here. So,
but yeah, that's what I was saying. But on the other side, like the Texans going up against the Steelers team, they haven't won or covered a playoff game since 2016. 6 games straight up ATS losing streak for the Steelers, longest in franchise history.
Did you see the nugget about their score in the first quarter?
Oh, it's been horrible.
73-0 in the first quarter of the 6-game losing streak in the playoffs.
No, I mean this is bad.
Is this telling us we should go against our gut and take the Texans?
No, for me, the difference between these other playoff appearances for the Steelers, they're
Aaron
at home
and Aaron Rodgers,
and they have a competent quarterback.
Having Aaron Rodgers, who's playing really well.
Yeah, as much as if you find him annoying, sure, I get it.
He's dialed in right now, and he's got all his dudes. He's got his ragtag bunch of receivers. DK's back too, and if there's a guy who he's getting in the fucking end zone this weekend.
Yeah,
Sean. I think
so. But everyone I think remembers when you're talking about the Steelers in the playoffs these last 3 years, right? At Ravens, they lose 28-14.
That was tough.
That's on the road. That's a totally different environment.
Who was the quarterback?
Oh, geez.
It was not Aaron Rodgers.
Justin Fields.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
At the Bills in 2023, similar kind of thing. Kenny Pickett on the road, playoff against the Bills. Yes. At the Kansas City Chiefs in 2021, they lose 42-21. These are all wild card rounds. Then you go to 2020, where that was that crazy ass game where Kevin Stefanski was coaching from his basement because he had COVID. I mean, 48-37. That was a bonkers game. Again, we're talking about home games where they have the crowd, where they have the juice. They did lose in 2017 to that game was insane. To the Jags 45-42, but that was a really good Jags team that ended up being up in against the Patriots in New England. Yeah. Like, I think we forget how good that Jags team was. And you want to talk about franchise streaks without winning a road playoff game. You would think the Jags would be high on that list. You forget about how good that 2017 team really was. Now you go back to 2016 where they went on a little bit of a run. They beat the Dolphins at home 30-12. Then they won at Kansas City. I think that was the last Alex Smith playoff game. And then they ended up losing there in New England. So I think the Steelers are a franchise that shows up at home in the playoffs. Fairbairn gets his, but so do the Steelers. I think the Steelers, I think they're live on the money line, Kramer.
This feels like a weird, like 20-18 score.
Yeah. 6
field goals from the apostrophe gang. I mean, Boswell, this is really a matchup of 2 of our great kicking assets, right?
Yeah. Well, and Boswell missed that extra point, Ryan.
Which, first time in 4 years?
Yeah. So you're just auto playing the Steelers, Kramer?
Well, I actually came into I thought there were enough reasons with some of the data that was being spewed out, some of the trends that where it's like, okay, maybe it's time. And then you realize, oh no. I can't take Jordan Love and CJ Stroud on the same card. So I think between the home crowd, for me, it's a lot of Aaron Rodgers too. I think Aaron Rodgers is playing well right now. And I I think he should be able to. Now, they did struggle with pressure at times, but I like both of the running backs in the pass blocking. I like the idea of guys getting open quick enough, and that you bring in Thielen, you bring in some of these guys who get open quickly, and he's been making the throws. That throw to Thielen was ridiculous last week, and so to me, this is an Aaron Rodgers versus CJ Stroud game. And as much as the defense for the Texans is elite, I like DK Metcalf going against Stingley as a matchup. Big physical guy, with a chip on his shoulder, coming off a 2-game suspension for punching a guy in the face.
He never really actually punched him. Is the annoying thing?
Hey, the guy deserved it. I mean, he threw a press conference after the fact.
Guy seems. I mean,
the psycho.
DK Metcalf seems crazy, but the other guy seems like a douche.
I also, I also think whether it's the priest blessing the end zone.
Oh yeah.
Or just
can we get Kalshi to list those that trade?
Or just Tomlin in general. There is like and the Pittsburgh. It's a night game in Pittsburgh. There will be like an element of this.
They got renegade. They won't be booing Tomlin.
This will be a big moment. We're gonna get a Hayward touchdown.
I think they're gonna get a little juice from getting Harbaugh fired. That's gotta get a fan base excited.
Yeah. I mean, does Tomlin on the hot seat if he loses? No, he's safe.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
All right, time for the Lock Dog Tease.
Happy birthday.
Presented by Kalshi. Trade in all 50 states. Professional football, amateur football, do it all over on Kalshi. Use that promo code SGPN. New traders get $20 when they use our promo code SGPN. Terms and conditions do apply. Kramer, do you want me to go first? So we've been doing that so far.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, lock number 1. Give me. Let's see, I got to cue up the lock sound. Lock number 1. Give me the Carolina Panthers plus 11. For my money line dog, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 135 on the money line. For lock number 2, give me the Green Bay Packers laying 1.5. Although, like I said to Kramer, I'm going to be playing the money line. For my tease, give me the Chargers up to 9.5. Give me the Jags up to 6, and give me the Steelers up to 9.
Oh, that's not right.
Very odd tease. But Kramer, what are you doing?
Lock number 1, Jacksonville.
Shocking.
I was just trying to figure out. You didn't lock up the Eagles, huh?
There's certain jinxing situations where I didn't lock up the Eagles in 2024. Kramer, if you recall that, and they won 22-10. So why I'm very confident, but no need to jinx it.
Wow.
You did lock up the Eagles last year.
Lock up the Eagles.
Okay, let's go.
It's a great point.
Great lock.
And remember, last year I did completely slay everything.
Slayed the board 4-2
on the back of taking what home teams.
Yes,
home teams.
Minus the Bucks.
Well, I'm focusing on the wins.
Oh, your wins. Yeah, all your 4 wins were all home teams.
Focusing on the wins, which I locked up and did all the fun stuff with. And lock number 3. Give me the Panthers. Like you,
we don't have 3 locks for the wild card.
What?
Are you not listening?
Dog. I do want to take the Chargers here, but this.
You know what? Do I pivot and take Carolina on the money? Well, no. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna keep it. Keep going, Kramer.
Is Carolina on the money line crazy?
I don't think so.
It does feel crazy. The Rams can't lose to Carolina, right?
Can they?
Cam Newton in the house.
I mean, we had these same conversations.
Popular podcast, 4th and 1. My God, how much he must have paid a lot of money for that press release. Everyone is posting about how the 4th and 1. Why do you care about the Panthers so much? I'm a little worried about them trying to fabricate a crowd. There's a lot of effort going into the hype into the stadium.
Keep pounding.
This my initial reaction was going to be, give me the Chargers
on the money line,
not a home team.
Okay. Chargers
away team
plus 170 on the money line. What's your tease look like, Kramer?
Carolina, let's get that up to 17.
Okay.
It's probably
great tease.
And then we're going to go, let's oh boy, there's not a lot of options here. Green Bay or no, Pittsburgh plus 9, Chargers plus 9.5.
There you go. Solid tease options. All
I was thinking about going to Eagles plus 2.5.
You can't tease Thursday.
1.5.
Right? You can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah, you might as well just take the money line, right?
Hey, reminder, we got not only one, but 2 pregame shows. Our first pregame show will be on Saturday, 1:00 Pacific, live on YouTube, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. And then our normal 9 a.m. Sunday pregame show. So we got a bonus pregame show for Super Wild Card Weekend. Kramer, do we, it feels like a point spread song tonight, right? To close this out.
We can make that happen.
Yeah. Shout out to Cassandra. There you go. Ready?
I don't think. Oh, whoa! I don't know if they can hear this yet. Hold on. Let me.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, they will be able to.
Tomorrow we got our prop show with CJ, and of course Friday night VSiN show live, 10:00 East, 7:00 Pacific. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always. Answer all questions, comments on Spotify, and of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean Second, the Money Greenies. Ryan,
good luck, Sean
Kramer. Let it ride.
Me around the block. Bill collectors are calling me around the clock. I gamble all night. My eyes are red. The dice are all right. And I got poker in my head. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. The time is running down. Let's make a first down. I need some luck to make a buck. Oh Lord, we're a point behind. Let's come from behind. Let's go ahead and give me a touchdown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. It's 4th down, the goal line is just ahead. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. Oh Lord, thank you so much. My rent is paid. Oh Lord, I love you so much. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread.